Please get your comments in now. Get your comments in now. Let's say what's up. Hold on. I'm just getting my mouse and my computer charger and all those good things. I will be in there in the next couple of seconds. Okay, got that. Yeah. Please take a second. Please take a second to let me know that you are in the building. Just take a second to say hello. Take a second to say hello to everybody else and get your comments in. What part do you want me to address? And if you're on Facebook, the majority of this broadcast will not be on Facebook. So I advise you to go to your web browser and type in, or go to your YouTube channel and type Made for the Ville and click on the button where it says live. Because this will not be on Facebook. So just want to make sure y'all know that as well. Let me see. One more thing I may want to grab a water bottle. Hold on one second. Let me crack this open. Okay. I'm on my way back with that. Just making sure I got everything, y'all. I don't plan on breaking much, but I don't know how this evening may go. So I just want to make sure I'm totally prepared. So first and foremost, I guess copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. That was an important disclaimer. Welcome, everybody. Let me get over here to the comments section. Make sure to know everybody in the building. Okay, we're good. Mr. Holt, I'm over this. Anyone trying to bring us down? It's time of night for midnight. Okay, well, let me make sure I send an invite. I may send some invites out to the people. So if y'all would like to join this chat at some point, email me, because I may bring in guests if you just want to give a live comment or something. So, okay, that's done. Let me close this. Okay, he has that. Okay. So Fabian says, I'm ready. Jason says, sigh. Andrew Mullins says, let's do this. Strap in indeed. What's going on? Card Nation. William Wallace, what's going on? Cashmere. Fabian, I see you. I see you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Take your time, because I'm gonna be here. Uh-huh. 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 We're gonna have a conversation tonight. Joe's in the building. Alicia, hi. Where the hell do we start? We'll get there too. We'll get there for sure. Yeah, I don't give a I don't care. Hold on. Is it too early for a cheers? I did stop by the liquor store. Um, hang. Let me see. Ironically. Yep, Jason. Y'all gonna need to come to the YouTube channel. Come to the YouTube channel if you're on Facebook. Okay, I'm just catching up. Y'all. Sit tight with me. What's going on, Jocelyn? Sorry, Red State Rams fan. Oh, indeed. Let me just catch up. Oh shit. You wrong about that, Dwayne. You are wrong about that. First of all, hit the like button, please. Support the channel the best way you can. Hit the like button. You can share the link. I am editing right now. Facebook. I am closing the Facebook tab. The Facebook tab. Dwayne, you're gonna have to watch on the YouTube channel because I am closing the Facebook tab. Okay, hold on. Let me do this really quick. Hold on, y'all. Okay, it's good to go. Okay. So where do we start? Actually, the YouTube is made for the Ville. Sorry about that, Jeff. Okay, I forgot that Jason. Sorry, 30 more seconds. Lauren bought me a drink earlier. It's not supposed to be on YouTube, but you know what? I'll take it off of YouTube after it's over if it's not done. Yvette, Cashmere, give me 30 seconds because Lauren did buy me a drink. So give me 30 seconds to. Sorry, Lauren, I was supposed to have it already ready. I know. Fresh ice. Also, hold on, y'all. Sit tight with me. This is gonna be important. It's an important conversation tonight. Very, very important conversation. I'm not as smooth as I normally am. Boy Maybin, It's just getting warmed up. Okay. So, let's go. Let's go with this. Okay, let me bring it back on. Let me bring y'all back in. It's the best kind there is, y'all. This is the best kind there is. Okay, where do we start? Where do we start? I'm all ears, no jokes tonight. Yes. Jeff Townsend, if it goes dead, it's made for the Ville on YouTube. Just catching up, y'all. Sorry. Okay. This is what it is. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. We didn't give a good cheers to Lauren. Okay. So, where do we start tonight? We start right here. Okay. So this is the deal. What happened today was the worst case scenario in my world. The 100% worst case scenario in multiple ways. Damn it, Jordan. Y'all, if this show gets good, everybody send a shout out to Jordan S. If this show gets really good, compliments to Jordan S, please. That's double shot support, Jordan. This is the worst thing that could have happened. Why? Because in every program, there are always certain questions. And these questions require a trust. Some of these questions require trust when you're dealing with a program. You hate to see when these questions get answered. You hate to see when these you hate to see this happen. We learned something today about the worst case scenario situation. If y'all want to play the sound first, we can play the sound. We can go back and play the sound later so y'all can see what I'm talking about. What happened today, I have one disclaimer. I don't know who made the final call or who this came from. That is my one single disclaimer. So any content after this disclaimer, I don't know where this decision came from in particular. But I'm going to cover both angles of this situation. First and foremost, between the president and the athletic director of this university, you have handicapped and driven the product down immensely. President or athletic director, whoever's decision this was to suspend Coach Chris Mack, you have literally kneecapped. You have kneecapped Chris Mack. You have kneecapped the University of Louisville. You have given a permanent limp to the University of Louisville with this decision. And you revealed something about this decision today. Not only did you kneecap the university, the brand, and Coach Chris Mack, on being able to do this job, you grandstanded on him. You fucking grandstanded on him. That suspension, that public suspension, that was the most overkill for a top, that's for any program. For a program like Louisville, you grandstanded, you showed out, you tried to make a power play. Not tried to make a power play. You're just showing out now. You're just showing out, and you hurt the product. Not only did you hurt the product so much, you showed your inability or your inexperience. I won't say inability, but there's somebody, one of those two, in my opinion, moving forward, I do not feel comfortable with the program, with the person that made that decision. I don't feel comfortable with that person. And I will be honest. I will be honest as humanly possible. Somebody fucked up with this suspension. PR wise, overkill. I mean, you showed that you don't have, think about it. This is the biggest program at your university, and you told Chris Mack tonight that you don't have his back at all. You don't have the university's best interest, or you're incapable of managing crisis. Being a president and an athletic director is management of crises. Today, I feel like I've seen the worst, and I do mean the worst crisis management. And I say crisis management, but it wasn't a crisis. It was somebody took it, I don't know, tried to make a statement out of this situation, and somebody showed, again, true, not ready for this job. Again, listen, if they got together, and this was a full team decision, and there wasn't checks and balances where one person felt this way and one person felt the other, I don't know who it was. I don't care. One of the two moving forward, I do not feel safe with my program in their hands. Not one. Listen, I don't even have to go down the road of comparing the way a university of this magnitude, of this reputation, handles something like, and listen, maybe somebody tells me some egregious thing happened. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But until then, if what I understand to be the case, if you suspended him the first 6-7 games of the 2021 basketball season because he didn't have HR in the room when he alerted Dino Gaudio that if that is what you decided was a legitimate punishment, you don't belong in this position. Period. I don't know now at this point, if you don't know how bad of a decision that is, then listen, you're either incompetent or someone else is pulling the strings. One of the two. One of the two. Somebody is incompetent, is not able to handle this job. Listen, silent suspensions. Wait till the beginning of the season to announce the suspension. But doing it right now, this week, listen, it is the worst. You wait on the day of the sentencing of Dino Gaudio and you suspend him 6 games? Vote of zero confidence in the handling of a program. Not only that, but you ensured that Coach Mack, you have given him the perfect excuse to treat this program like a stepping stone. You gave him listen, don't forget this. It's a two-way street when you support the program and you want these coaches to show their commitment to the program. This was the biggest lack of support that I have seen with my own two eyes from a president and an athletic director, either or both of them together. Today, with this punishment, what I witnessed is a complete lack of support from your university. Again, somebody's incompetent with this handling of the suspension. With, like I said, you wait to see. You don't know that. You don't know what the ramifications of a 6-game suspension right now is going to do to the program. Recruiting protocol and a firing 6 games. Listen, I can jump in here and I can talk. I'm not doing the fuck Dino thing. No, although when I listen to the thing, I have my own opinions on all that stuff. But right now, I'm doing straight macro. Either the athletic director or the president is incompetent, in my opinion, based on this decision. Again, one or the other. And again, if both of them came together and there wasn't resistance to a suspension, to a public suspension, and you felt the need to, you felt the need to announce it on the same day and then make a athletic director media availability, and you have a public former players meeting on Monday. You thought these were good ideas? Incompetent, or someone else is making these decisions. Either way, this can't happen with the program like this. This cannot be the way a program of this magnitude is ran. Period, point blank. Not even no company can be ran like this. With this level of throwing your head coach under the bus. You basically, with this suspension, with this suspension, you've put him on a hot seat, or put him in a position to where the hot seat or the lame duck coach title is right behind him. You put him in a situation to have a good season, take us to the Final Four and leave. If the way I fired a coach without having an extra HR guy in the building, if that's a 6-game suspension, you don't know shit about running a program of this magnitude. It is completely obvious. You don't know shit about running. Whoever decided that this was like I said, the suspension is bad enough. But to go and announcing it today, making that public thing, you don't know how to. Somebody is not running this program for the betterment of the university. My worst nightmare. This was my worst nightmare. That shows you are weak. You are going to cripple this program. Somebody in the front office is going to cripple this program. The person who thought that was a good idea is going to cripple this program. Period. Whoever thought that was a good decision is going to cripple this program. You are going to hinder Coach Mack. You've lost his trust, in my opinion. Coach McMains, let's say he's a great coach. He has zero incentive to stay. If this team puts up a great number offensively and we have a great season, Ross McMains, Coach McGee, they have zero incentive to stay here. Chris Mack enjoys enjoys Louisville. I love where I live. I love living here. I love this place. It's a wonderful place to live. Like I said, every place has its problems. I can handle these problems. It's a wonderful place to live. Oh, he will 100% remember this. He will 100%. Like I said, I don't know what he is doing at this moment. A 1-month suspension for an HR protocol hiring. You heard that tape and you thought the proper discipline, you showed your ass on him. This university showed its ass on Mac. You know what they put Mac on a I wish I could come up with something, and I don't want to go extreme with what I say because YouTube also has it has regulations. What you did to him was shameful, disrespectful. You hurt his brand. You drove the value of this job down by so much with this move. What coach worked his way? Again, you cannot like Mac. Step out of that right now and look what they did to the head coach of the University of Louisville basketball program. Put your favorite coach. Kenny Payne's the head coach right now. Kenny Payne fired an assistant coach, and the assistant coach tried to extort him, and Kenny Payne recorded it. And you suspend Kenny Payne for 6 games? You know what the world would say? The world would have you removed for not removed, but you will be on trial for racial handling of practice, something crazy. That's how extreme that decision was that you made. This would become a national story based on race if Kenny Payne was the head coach. That's what I'm saying. You have a guy who was a number 1 seed. A Louisville program was facing probation, tournament ban, whatever. He is a top young coach when he comes to the University of Louisville. No top young coach. You would have to overpay for a semi-good coach moving forward. You would have to overpay, or you're going to have to bring an inexperienced coach who has a hell of a lot less experience than Chris Mack. You're going to have to bring a coach from Buffalo to take this job now. You have neutered the head coaching position at the University of Louisville. Again, somebody did, either the president or the athletic director. One of those two, I am not comfortable with making decisions based about this basketball program and how it affects the university. And y'all know how much it pains me to say, but again, it's the worst. When I say worst case scenario, it is the worst case scenario. That you don't have a trust between your head coach of your biggest historic program, a trust between your head. Somebody showed off on him, and that's it. Somebody showed off. Somebody tried to show they were the ones in charge. They were the big, dick, whatever. Somebody showed off on him. He made every decision He made every decision right immediately following that. He did, listen, think about this. He sacrificed his reputation for the good of the program. The fans deserve better. These two coaches got to go. There's a couple players that can't play at this level. I know that. Y'all know that. Everybody knows that. I got to do better here at the University of Louisville. This is my friend. I got to fire him. This is dude. He's been working with me. I got to fire him. I love these kids. I coach these kids. I push these kids. I got to tell them, hey, this is not the spot for you. You're not mentally tough enough. You're not emotionally tough enough. You're not physically tough enough, whatever the ruling is. He put his name on the line saying, I'm going to have a focused long-term search on finding the perfect guy to replace these coaches. I'm going to take my time. Cahill Fennell. He's an organized guy. He can pick up the slack here, there, wherever. I need the perfect development guy. He takes his time. He knows he's going to get flack for bringing in and just an outside idea to the University of Louisville. You think he doesn't know that there are spirits of the University of Louisville looking at him like, hey, coach, you need some people that can dunk the ball. You need some athletes. You need to speed it up. He knows that. He went and got a fast, speed up tempo guy. There's somebody in the front office that put their self and their own reputation and their position over the University of Louisville, either the president or the athletic director. But thank you, Bill. Sorry. Thank you, Bill. He wasn't fired. His contract expired. Which, to Bill's point, that's not even a firing. That's just letting someone know that their contract will not be renewed. That is not a firing where you go get an HR. If you suspended him 6 games, you fucked us. You put us on the ticker. You insured another 4 or 5 years of guaranteed scandal cloud. You gave them exactly. You don't do listen. I saw the statements. I heard the statements. We're trending in the right direction. You're not going in the right direction if y'all don't trust each other. If you can't trust each other, if you can't trust Mac's judgment, Mac says it on the tape. You hired Dino Gaudio to tell you we can't do that. Mac said, why didn't you say something? Oh, the extra workout with the guys or the working out in summer, that's illegal. Why didn't you say something? Why are you saying that? The 30 for 30, it's illegal. Okay, so you know all the rules. You hear Dino Gaudio. You heard an assistant coach setting up a program and you suspended the head coach. You thought that was a good idea to go on there and announce publicly that you're suspending your head coach for a month at the beginning of the season? You thought that was a good idea? Who thought that was a good idea other than showing your ass? That's all that is. You put him in a horrible situation. You put that coach in a fucked up situation. You listened to that tape and you heard him say, I'm going to run to Dick Vitale. I'm going to run to Fran Fraschilla. I'm going to run to compliance. I'm going to run to these people. You heard all that. And what you got from all that is the decision to suspend him 6 games? That's a fifth of the season. your only chances for out of conference wins for the most part, unless you run into some dogs or something, and in the ACC Big Ten Challenge or something. You screwed him. You screwed the program. You screwed the brand. Somebody in that office did that. I'm 100% going to the meeting on Monday. They just did some videos hyping up some kids. The way I understand it, one of the video staff made some cool recruiting videos, 30 for 30s, like when the kids were walking around on campus or something, and played the music and sent it to them. Told them they can't put it out, nothing like that, but we want to just make you a cool little video to have. Chris Mack's like, that's illegal? Okay, sorry. I didn't know that was legal. But again, if I hire you to tell me these things, you don't tell me these things. Basically, you entrap my program, and then you extort me, and then my organization decides to punish me because I didn't have a third party when I informed him that his contract would not be renewed, not fired. And listen, if they don't revisit this suspension, it's going to be a problem moving forward with me. Again, whatever influence, whatever I can affect, I will. Be it radio, be it media. If they don't revisit this suspension, I will point out whether or not I trust this program, whether or not I believe this program is operating in good faith to the community. Again, maybe I'll get fired. Maybe it'll be a private investigator telling me, and y'all might find out I like hanging out in sex shops or something, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm willing, like I said, when y'all hear me talk about things, when y'all hear me talk about important topics, I am willing to go down for anything I believe in. And this right here, what happened today, showed me there is somebody in a position that doesn't have Louisville's best interest or is not competent to hold this position. Just like you say, oh, he could have handled it better. Y'all could have handled it better. But this is not a 6-game. Who does that? Who suspends a head coach of a university for 6 games because of the way they dealt with telling an assistant that they will not be renewed? If that's your justification, listen. And until I find out, I'm not going to trust either one of them. And it fucking breaks my heart to say it. Until I find out what went into the decision, and if the only thing is you should have had a third party in there to let him know this would not be renewed, if that's your justification for suspending that coach 6 games, until I find out whose decision it was, they're equally culpable. They're equally incompetent, in my opinion. And I'm going to continue to voice that opinion. Y'all are going to suffer this one. You are going to, again, if they revisit this, again, but the damage is also still done. Somebody thought this was a good idea. It's like the first time, I've said this before, you put your hands on me in anger. If a woman put her hands on me in anger, we done. Especially publicly. It's like one of the things, if you thought that was a good idea to slap me or something, or if you thought I just can't take it, I'm just going to slap you and see what happens or goes on. Or if you make a joke about, I'm going to go to the police and lie and say you did something, your trust is terminated. Like I said, I'm not saying the relationship can't be improved, but somebody thought this was a good idea and somebody was showing their ass. Somebody was trying to show that they're in charge. And at the expense of this program, you did that. Maybe. Yeah, I know that. Like I said, I'm not going to use who spoke and who didn't speak. I'm going to need, okay, I know what I'm saying is a heavy load to bear. You know what I'm saying? Yep. A 100%. 100% this suspension should be rescinded. Again, a lot of damage has already been done. Somebody is incompetent. Somebody is incompetent. You have put Chris Mack in a horrible position. What do you think those other coaches are thinking right now? What do you think that Satterfield crew? Satterfield sees that 6-game suspension and he's like, "What? Where the hell am I? What the hell is that?" Satterfield gonna mess around and win 9 games, and y'all better not say shit when he leaves. I'm done playing that game. Maybe he knew something back then that we didn't know. Now that you see this right here, maybe he knew something we didn't know. Maybe he knew I need to listen to these other opportunities every single time. Maybe he knew that that's one of these people. Maybe he saw the direction. They're not committed to your major sports program, even though your major sports programs are why we had the money to even bring y'all in and make this such a good job to go after. Again, it could be one, it could be the other, it could be both. And again, I don't know which one it is for now. But yeah, but you know what? I answered that question non-committal. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out exactly how this went down. I am gonna find out exactly how this went down. And like I said, and when I do find out, look, I won't even have to tell you. You'll be able to tell. You will be able to tell. This was again. It's too early to even compare it to the handling of another university. No statements out of the president's office. No statements out of the athletic department. None of that. We handled this in-house. We handled this entire thing in-house. I don't think I'm going to be taking any notes tonight. They're going to have to revisit the decision. Yeah, but here's the thing. You put him on a hypothetical probation. He cannot run a program of this magnitude on eggshells without the support of his athletic director or president. You cannot run a successful Division I top 25 program without the support, the direct support of your president and support trust of your president and athletic director. It cannot be done. It cannot be done. That suspension was the perfect test. This whole situation was the perfect test to see where we are with the administration moving forward. Because everybody has had this in the back of their mind. These quote unquote, these leaders were given to us and we gave them an opportunity. And this should not, you turn this into a scandal by suspending that coach for 6 games. Period. And again, I don't care if you hate Matt's guts. I don't care. That's not the point. This is wrong. This is wrong. The suspension, you took $250,000 from him. Where does that, and like I said, I'm talking about the suspension like $250,000 is like $250,000 is just a drop in the bucket. That judge for that case got to laugh and say, I don't even know why this is the case. Get out of my court. And you turned it into a media nightmare by even you could have, like I said, you could have waited right until November 6th and said, due to some off-season, whatever, you got months to figure it out. You got months to figure out. What do you say with this? If y'all don't know that, if you don't know how big of a blow you just delivered to this program that was in such a recovery, which has so much momentum, statewide, nationwide, if you don't know how bad of a decision this was to publicly suspend Chris Mack for 6 games for your Bahama trip, you're going to have the nation's eyes on the opening of the season. And you are going to, listen, it's a black eye now, and it's going to be a reminder of, you planted a virus. You literally planted a virus in this program. And again, I'm at the point where I don't know if I want to be the vitamin C for this one. I don't even know if I want to be the antidote to this one. No coach at a top 25 program would have gotten a 6-game suspension for any of this. Somebody showed their ass. Somebody is incapable of making the right decisions concerning this program. Somebody is self-motivated in this situation. Somebody should not be in their position. Again, you when you're given this leadership and you stop and calm down and give it a shot, and then it got exposed right in front of your eyes. Whoever thought it was a good idea to suspend without pay and completely, listen, you do realize you could have suspended him 3 games. You could have said can't be on the sideline. He said they went so far as to say no contact with the team for a month. That means you're that's short of firing him. No, because now you took that suspension. That's so extreme that you don't have another choice but to fire him if anything happens. In their eyes, in a Jerry Eves, Rick Bozich, Pat Ford, in their eyes, they were praying for that because this is a slow death. This is the potential of a slow death. Now, if he come out and kick some ass, we could revisit that. No, there shouldn't be a suspension. Absolutely not. You took to combine a conflict over who's you spoke into or again, or they thought and they're incompetent. That's what I'm saying. We got to start over. We got to start over with the board. You got to start over now. If you think that's a fireable or anything close to a fireable suspension or offense, you are not prepared for this job. You are not prepared for this job. You are absolutely incompetent. That's what I'm saying. You're kneecapping him. You are neutering him. No contact for a month? Are you insane? Are you insane? Like listen. My support for someone in this office will or my lack of support moving forward will show in everything I do. If this is not revisited, this kind of heavy-handed, this reeks of incompetence. That's just the only word I got. Repost that, Charles. I didn't see what you posted. Okay, let's say they're looking to just cut money and fire him and bring in an upstart. That means you're not doing what's best for the program. That means I have to vote. I have to give a vote of no confidence. If I feel like you're purposely doing a overkill to save money or fire him, again, that's why I say whatever went behind this decision, somebody's incompetent of running this program. This is the most egregious. This is the most egregious suspension that I have ever seen. And listen, the Jeff Wall suspension was high. This is the most program egregious suspension that I've ever seen in my life. Repeat, this is the most egregious suspension, and I have watched as much sports as any of y'all, and I have followed behind the scenes sports ad nauseum all my life. This is the most egregious suspension I've ever seen in my adult life. And this could only be done by someone who is either incompetent or they have their own agenda or someone else is pulling their strings. A 5 games, like I said, I did give you a disclaimer, like, okay, and also, Mac, you slapped him in the mouth, right? But we're not going to talk about that. Just take the suspension. Okay, yeah. If the way Dino Gaudio was talking to Coach Mac, if he slapped him in the mouth and said, "Listen, I'm a man. You don't talk to me that way," and at the end of that, the smack wasn't on tape or whatever, okay, I'll take that suspension. I'll laugh about that suspension. I will go find Mac. I will go sit at Roosters until Coach Mac decides to come hang out with me at Roosters. And I will make sure I pay for his drink and his food myself. If I found out he got, just as a man, why are you, listen, be careful how you talk to me, Dino. I understand you're upset. Watch your mouth. If he got up and slapped him and that's why he got suspended, I'll say, okay. Okay, Coach, you slapped him in the mouth. Be glad they didn't fire you. Next time, you know they're going to fire you, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Still, point being, your food and drinks on me. I don't know yet. But I will say, I did listen to Jerry Eves saying he's just going to try to jump up there first and say what he has to say and leave. And if he tries that, that means that's the most disrespectful thing you can do. If he comes in there and tries to get his words out and then leave, that's a fucking coward. That's a disrespectful, self-motivated coward if he does that at that meeting. If he doesn't listen to what his teammates and all the people that wore a jersey at the University of Louisville, if he's not man enough to sit there and look them in the face and let them talk back to him and answer his questions, he's a fucking coward. And I may say it. I respect him. He's my coach, all that good stuff. It's a fucking coward. It's nothing worse than arguing, getting your point off, and then walking away. It's a fucking coward. I mean, you can agree to disagree at the end of the conversation, but you don't come in there with that audience, the presidents, ADs, teammates, anybody who shows up to that event, say what you got to say and walk out. And I heard a fucking bullshit excuse. Oh, well, it's not going to get, I don't want people to think it came from me. That's bullshit. I don't want what goes on in me. Listen, people who can't be there are going to have to stream the link. You already know that. You know somebody outside is going to have the link because they're going to FaceTime it or they're going to do that. You're going to have 1 or 2 people in there who come back and tell you everything that was said. That's a coward excuse if you do that. And again, I love Jerry Eves, but if he does that, that's a fucking coward move. Period. I don't care. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. One of my OGs says that to me. Right is right, wrong is wrong. You don't come into a meeting, say what you got to say, and walk out. And you got all these people in here that's been dealt with the same shit you dealt with. Everybody in there is gonna at some point they felt like they were outcast. Everybody in there feels that way. Everybody has one or two gripes about something. You don't get to make this shit about you and then leave. That's a coward move. I heard him say he's gonna do it. I listened to him. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Who do you think you are? You get to hijack the meeting and then leave. Nobody's worried. You tell everything already. Nobody cares about that. But you need to listen to what other people got to say. Your opinion is not the only one that matters. If this is a brotherhood, if you're interested in the brotherhood that is Louisville Cardinals, former Louisville Cardinals, all that good stuff. If this is a brotherhood that you belong to, if this fraternity, if you respect this, if you, again, you don't have to be rah-rah fraternity guy. You don't have to think it's a brotherhood at all. But your opinion becomes null and void when you say what you want to say and walk away. Again, I don't know if he's going to do it. He said he's going to do it. I know that's a coward move if somebody does that. Think about any fight, any discussion, debate, fight. Could you imagine somebody just saying what they got to say and then leave it and not listening to what other peers have to say? That's a hijacking. And listen, I was talking to somebody. I don't even want to put their name on it. The story's already going to be written because everybody knows what he's going to do. So the title is already Players Walk Out on Mac and Staff Meeting. Players walk out on Mac and Staff meeting. The story's already fucking written. It's just waiting to put the date on it. The title's already written. Column by Rick Bozich. Column by whoever. Insert journalist. It's already written. Written and ready to go. That's the story. It will not be about anything else but quote unquote players walk out of the meeting. The story is written, y'all. That's a coward thing to do. We will get through this. Lauren thinks I need to take a breath, y'all. Cheers to Lauren. First of all, Corey, I would have a plan. I would have a solution. I don't come to meetings with with all complaints. I come with listen, I write proposals for a living. When you can mutually benefit from a partnership, it is for a living. What I do is say, you're a company. I am a brand myself. I am a positive brand. I am a brand, I'm a trusted brand. It takes a long time of clean living. Not clean. Like I said, I'm not a saint. But any mistake I made, it happened publicly and people know about it. So my brand is trust, is positivity, it's wide reaching. It's my job to go to the company and say, hey, not a lot of Louisville fans support your product because it used to sponsor Rupp Arena, right? I say, hey, if your company and my brand, this is what it'll help. This is the people we can reach. This is the plan of action. This is the desired result. And what other concerns do you have moving forward? to make both of our brands grow. So when I come to a meeting, if I want myself to be useful in this meeting, I have empathy. I know your problem. I have a plan. I have solutions. This is what I do for a living. These proposals. You know what I'm saying? I partner with sponsors and we enjoy the mutual benefits of growth. It's simple. But we both have to have the same goal. If I just want to blow up, right? Then I just say, "Oh, I'm helping you. I'm doing you a favor." You know what I'm saying? No. I'm doing you a favor, you're doing me a favor. You compensate me. We trade, we trade your product. I get to use your products. That's why y'all hear me just the sponsorships of the products. I believe in the products, you know what I'm saying? Like it's fine, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't hunt, but any proposal I give, I got a solution. I understand your problem. I got a solution. I know the president and AD can't retroactively repair relationships, and they can't have their feet held to the fire constantly about okay, you can repair relationships, but you can't just like come on, like Jerry Eves, like come on, coach. We know you just want the job. We know you just want the job. You are not speaking for your peers. We know you just want the job. You want the head coaching job. You want the athletic director job. You've made that clear. You made it clear when Rick was around. You made it clear before. That's it. You didn't have qualifications to match up with Rick. You are gaslighting a racial conversation when, listen, not everything you're saying about lack of diversity is wrong. But your use and when you choose to use it is hypocritical. You know that, I know that, everybody that listens to you knows that. You need an ego check or something. You need like what you're doing is burning you're attempting to burn all relationships. You're basically taking the world down with you. You're trying to. You're feeding on disgruntled people to support your case. But the thing is, you're going to get to the finish line, and you listen. Jerry Eves does not want Kenny Payne to be the head coach here. That's a lie. I'm not calling him a liar, but if that's what he said, like I hear, that's not true. I heard Butch talk about how they weren't asked to be assistants when David Padgett took over. Now, like I said, I met Butch, but I'm not familiar with him in particular. But I know Jerry Eves. And if you put Jerry Eves as an assistant coach under David Padgett, Jerry Eves would have been telling anybody that would listen that David Padgett doesn't know what he's doing, and Jerry Eves would have been trying to be the head coach. I know that for a fact. I like coach. You know that's the truth too. Coach, you wouldn't be a good assistant under a young David Padgett. You know that, I know that. Mac is getting screwed on this one. You're getting screwed on this one. Thank you for supporting the channel. I do appreciate it. Because listen, I know some people are going to hate me tomorrow. Like some people are going to hate me tomorrow for saying what I'm saying. And I'm going to run into problems down the line for tonight's show. I know that. I came to terms with that. It's fine. But the truth is the truth. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. But thank you for supporting. Thank you for supporting the channel. Yeah, he can attend Louisville Live. His suspension, I think it doesn't start till November 7th or something. Or I'm not sure when it starts, but yeah. I want to. But this is listen, this is too important. You know what I'm saying? This is way too important. I mean, it wouldn't do him any good. It wouldn't do him any good until they realize how detrimental this suspension is, how out of line this suspension is, how overreach this suspension is. Why do you think it picked up so much thing? Listen. If the report came out that max discipline is yet to be determined, you don't know how bad a public suspension of a head coach at Louisville is? You don't know that? The most frightening thing in the world, y'all, is somebody in that front office didn't know you put a bullet. I'm not going to say it out loud. Somebody over there in that front office, either they don't know or they know. Either way, what you have done to the program and Coach Mack is it's irreparable damage done. You cannot handle this. There is somebody that is not fit for this job making a decision like this. And again, the smartest person in the world can make a mistake. James, now listen, when you support the channel, you get the double shot for the good support. But James, and y'all be careful how much y'all support me, because I'm gonna end up y'all, I mean, let's not. I'm here tonight. It's got to be said, and we've already broke the seal on this. We have already broken the seal on this conversation. I'm here tonight. That was the first one, James. Here's the second one to you, my man. You cannot run a program. You cannot run a top 25 Division I program with an AD or a president that would suspend you for not having a third person in a room when they're telling them their contract will not be renewed. Keep in mind, he told them this. He went down the hall and came back with his contract. This wasn't like I'm going to come in there and tell him he's fired and get out. No, this is hey, man. Matt has known Dino Gaudio for 30 years. He did not know that this conversation was going to go left. I'm just sitting here giving you some time to prep up. Listen, if you was planning on buying the new Bugatti or something, I mean, Dino, you think you can't get a gig to get you to retirement? You got to hit me for $500,000? You want a whole nother year of salary? 15 months of salary? And you threaten me with stuff I didn't even know was a violation? And you talking shit about COVID and the way I handle it, and you tell me to pull off my mask in this meeting? Dino Gaudio has been out here brewing up, tugging at the emotional heartstrings of people. I do not consider myself like I live on this planet, you know what I'm saying? But I will not be in fear of everything that I'm given every day. Okay. Just don't even make it awkward. But Dino Gaudio is pulling, he's using cancel culture to talk shit about Mac and how he handled protocol or COVID protocol, because that was already a thing from that video of Coach Mac and Eric. And he's using that. When somebody is regretful for what they did, you don't go out there and keep adding stuff to the story to try to make Chris Mack look bad. Listen, if somebody screws up, I'm so sorry for what I did, blah, blah, blah. But every time you talk publicly, you're talking about little things that Mac didn't do right or something like that. Right? And we're in this meeting face to face, and you've been talking shit about COVID protocols, and you tell me I need to pull down my mask in this one-on-one meeting? This is all bad. This is all wrong. Add all those factors up. That's why I say someone's showing off over there. Someone's undercutting this program. Someone's incapable of their judgment is not suited to fit a university athletic program of this magnitude. And there is no way around it. And I'm not doing team. Neil, I'm not doing team. I'm not doing it. When I find out from a trustable or any reliable source, when I sit down and find out, you will know who is unfit at this program. And I swear I can't. Listen. I swear to God, the worst thing y'all can do is give me something to focus on. I mean, thank God I got this midnight show. Thank God y'all are in here and y'all support the channel. Because listen, if I had some more time, thank God I'm busy. But I won't be busy after this one. I'm gonna free up some time. I'm gonna free up some time on this one. I sure will. Sorry. Hold on. Let me make sure I didn't miss any support for the channel. James, salute, good sir. Salute for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. And it has to be done. Y'all been listening to me. A lot of people in here. You've been listening to me for years upon years. Do you know how bad it is to know there's somebody in the front office that can't handle this job? Or better yet, is not in this job for the betterment of the university? Anybody that thinks this suspension was for the good of the university is not fit to lead this university. %. Fleetwood Eric, you're 100% right on this. And thank you for supporting the channel. And this is definitely a double shot. You see those titles on those articles? You can use this program for your 15 minutes of fame because of the media. The media gives you an artificial 15 minutes of fame. They encourage behavior like this. They encourage behavior like this, they know the media is built to blame the university. This local media. Listen, it breaks my heart. Listen. I sent him an invite. Listen, it breaks my heart to have to talk this way. But what's worse is it breaks my heart to have to admit that someone's in the front office that does not belong, and they are not looking out for the best interest of the university. That it doesn't get any worse than that. I mean, the people that are in here right now, you know what? This is what I'll do. I want to change the mood. This is what I'll do to change the mood. Hold on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is what I'll do to change the mood. Yeah, Brian, absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, Dino Gaudio admitted that he did this because of something that happened to him at Wake Forest, y'all. So he justified it, which made it less emotional. You've been planning this. Sorry, hold on. Let me give a pause and a shout out. Apologies, good sir. The scroll line went too fast. You know I get passionate. I'm looking at the chat. I'm looking up at the camera. D Grace, I think, listen, here's the thing. I think this one right here, when you have a cocktail and when you have that one sip that says, okay, it's on now. Danny Grace, this one that I'm about to have is especially for you. Because once I have this cocktail, it's fully on. Or once I have this last sip, it's fully on. Not last sip, but this is the sip that puts you over and like, we going hard tonight. Okay, y'all, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to get some video? Y'all want to get some Dino video, some Tyree video? Y'all listen, or you can ask the real deal questions. Like I do enjoy some of the tough questions that y'all been dying to ask. I do enjoy them. So y'all let me know in the chat where you want to go from here. Or thank you. Y'all let me know where y'all want to go from here. I'm gonna scroll down. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that on the comment. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Danny, sorry about that. Sorry I missed that, man. See, Justin, what you're saying, Justin, what you're saying is right, but I'm not putting those kids in the position to sacrifice their reputation. Coach Pegues is a good coach. Cahill Fennell is a good coach. Ross McMains are good coaches. The product on the court will be fine with their good coaching, but the principle of the suspension, the extremity of the suspension, it has nothing to do with the basketball. It's somebody that's incapable of making decisions at this level that are reasonable. Somebody is on a power play. And again, I don't care. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Either the athletic director or the president of the university, either Neely Bendapudi or Vince Tyre, one of them. Because like I said, I don't believe that they just both decided that a suspension was necessary. And I know what the rumor is now, and I'm not participating in the rumor. I'm going to find out for myself. One of them is incapable or does not have the best interest of the university in their mind right now. That's a fact. You cannot argue with me. I don't know every in and out, but the history of what I know about this program, whoever made that decision and thought it was the best decision, like I said, I heard the gossip. I don't chase gossip. If it was true that Neely was going to fire him and Vince made it a suspension of 6 games, then that unfairly puts Vince in the spotlight of the suspension and the firing is extreme. Listen, if that's the case and Vince walked it down to a suspension and that's all he could get away with, okay, I'll listen to that and I will tailor my message accordingly. But if Neely Bendapudi gave Vince Tyre, the deal on this and said, you decide what's going on, and he decided that a fucking 6-game suspension and a month away from the team was the appropriate move for not having a third party in there for a letting a 30-year assistant coach go. If you thought that, and not just the suspension, y'all, announcing the suspension, you don't have to do any of that shit publicly unless you want to. If you think it's a good idea to talk when you don't have to talk, you're a rat. And you know how I mean this. You are a rat, a snitch. If you don't know how to shut your mouth and say this is an in-house thing, if you don't know that that's important to a program of this magnitude, especially in the time we're in now, especially when UK is going through all that. I mean, listen, nobody has to hide from it. Neely was given to us by the old dude. Vince Tyre is a UK grad who supposedly has a great relationship with Mitch Barnhart and all that stuff. Nobody forgets about that. You can call that minor or you can call that major. If it was a crime and they attached you to UK in a criminal court, they would call that admissible evidence. If you committed a crime and said you were at UK when the crime was committed, they would say that's admissible evidence. There's motivation to cover up. So either one, I have the right to be uncomfortable with the way this situation was handled. If nothing else, you were given this position. Vince Tyre said it himself. Neely Bendapudi and Vince Tyre both were given these positions. And again, from the very beginning, I said, I'm not comfortable with the way Tom Jurge was fired. I am not comfortable when I heard the story of I went in there for a beer and I came out with the job. But I said, I am totally comfortable giving this man a chance to do a good job. The Supreme Court said the University of Louisville was done illegal. What Matt Bevin did was illegal. The Supreme Court said it, but rather than, retrial and go through all that, they were lazy. They were lazy. And they just said, we'll just leave everything in place and see how it works out and let it work out. Okay, well, the line is drawn on August, whatever it is now, 2021, here's the line of demarcation where you say, okay, before now was an experiment. Now you have to take ownership of your program. Ernie, thank you for supporting the channel, good sir. Ernie, I think you want to hear more. Ernie, I think you want to hear the juicy stuff. I think that's why you support the channel. Ernie, listen. D Grace got me over the line. Ernie's hyping me up now, y'all. So everybody, if you're hanging out, cheers to Ernie. And again, let's not forget, y'all have known me as a like I said, okay, you saw me on the court, cool. You have known me as a radio personality. Y'all remember when Chris Mack was hired? In his original speech, you know what he said? He said something to the effect of, fake guys don't last. Fake guys don't last. If I was working for the school, if I was just kissing ass in school because they were giving me some extra something or something, you know by now. If I had an agenda, like, oh, I do this so they can give me, blah, 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 y'all would know by now. Y'all listen to me. Y'all know for a fact that I would never say this if I didn't believe it. I would never. Like, I know my rhetoric makes some people happy. I know my rhetoric. I know there are opponents. I know there are rivalry issues. I know that my willingness to identify a problem this large it's going to be a problem for me, but I don't care, because right is right and wrong is wrong. And this suspension is wrong. Okay, when they do cases, they look for previous cases, and they call it a previous case precedent. Precedent. This is an unprecedented level suspension at a Division I university, at a top 25 basketball, top 56, whatever you want to call it, football program. This is an unprecedented harsh penalty for the University of Louisville. And somebody thought it was a good idea to break the mold and say, yeah, this has never really been done before, but we're going to start doing it now. And I'm not saying you can't think out of the box, but what this was is a self-motivated show off. Power grab. Because think about that. For 3 years, you'll always be able to say, remember that suspension Chris Mack had to start? That 6-game suspension. You couldn't handle something like that internally? A pissed off assistant coach threatening with those minor ass fucking violations? I mean, you heard the tape. You heard it. You heard Dino saying, I've been sitting on minor violations just because I didn't get money from Wake Forest. I'm getting money now. You heard, I think Drew Diener said it. You heard a textbook. You heard the motive. You heard the logic. You debunked that he was fucking worried about COVID the whole season. You debunked that. Because you told that coach face to face, take off your fucking mask. I can't understand you. So you debunked all the COVID heartstrings that cancel culture him. You debunked all that. You even debunked the fact that you don't care about removing that money from Chris Mack's pocket and put it into yours. Because when Chris Mack said, bro, I'll give you the money myself. It's not about the money. I'm just going a different direction. And he said, I don't want to do what you got to do. So he made it clear that this is textbook. I am extorting this money from you or the university, which means multiple targets, which means this is not a case of extortion. You are an extortionist now. When you say I'm willing to extort you or I'm willing to extort the university, that's an extortionist. Textbook. You don't think you owe Chris Mack to at least have a quiet suspension? Start tomorrow. We will discipline head coach Chris Mack for the handling of this case. The details will not be given out. So then Eric, Rick, Pat, they bombard the school. We want to know the details of the suspension. Yeah, that's in-house. No. Somebody thought we have to publicly suspend Chris Mack for his handling of letting a coach / 30-year friend go. Whoever thought that was a good idea, again, is either incompetent or sabotaging the program themselves, or they're trying to use Chris Mack to propel their own personal careers. None of these are out of the question. None of these things I told you are out of the realm of possibility. Incompetent, showing off for your own gain. Like, think about that. You either don't know, don't care, you know what I'm saying? Or someone else is pulling the strings. Those are the only possibilities. 6-month suspension for the way you handled a firing? That's an unprecedented harsh penalty. And if you don't take a second to walk back on that and look at the fucking last 500 penalties in college basketball or college football, look, get a chart out. Have your secretary give you a list of the suspensions and the offenses, the last 500 of them. You would do a bell curve, and guess who would be the number one peak of the bell curve? Which video? You want the audio? Let's do it. Let's do it. I think I got it on deck already. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. I'll play it out loud too. So y'all let me know if it's too y'all let me know if it's too light. I'll turn it up as loud as I can. Let me pull this off the screen.
You're not renewing my contract. You're paying me for a year and a half.
I'm gonna pause it. Y'all let me know if you can hear it, okay? Oh, Brian, 100% unedited. You kidding me? No, from the program. From the program. But not the program. Individuals who were placed in the program. I'm trying. Yeah, that's a fucking power move. Yeah, that wasn't for the okay. Sounds good. Okay, Alicia, thank you.
All right, you're paying me for a year and a half. And here's why. The last time.
Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna pause a little bit. Think about this. This dude sounds like he's been watching a movie or something. You're gonna pay me a year and a half, and here's why you're gonna pay me. Think about that. Listen, that's why I say this media emboldens him to do that. And his explanation is, when I was at Wake Forest, I kept quiet, and now I'm gonna extort Louisville as a revenge to get my fucking money. That's all this is about, and you can hear it. Get my money. I should have got my money last time. I'm gonna get my money now by extorting you or whoever else. You're 1 year from retirement. You ain't got a bunch of fucking little babies running around the house. You're not doing this to eat. You're doing this because you're fucking being greedy. This got nothing to do. This got nothing to do with a poor situation. For 3 years, you made $500,000. This is fucking greedy talk. It's got nothing. Yeah, there's no sympathy in this one. You just being fucking greedy. You're 1 year away from retirement, and you want a fucking big ass nest egg. And this media has made you think you can get away with it. It's the fucking problem now.
If you're not renewing my contract, then you're paying me for a year and a half. All right? You're paying me for a year and a half.
It's a great point. It's a great point right here. So it can be used in the Monday meeting setting up Maybin. I don't know, but fucking maybe. That's a good theory. That sounds like a Maybin theory. A fun theory. I won't chase that off the porch. 100%, Ronnie. You know that. You know that's going on. You know that's going on, but somebody's participating is what the problem is. Just listen to this, y'all.
If you're not renewing my contract, then you're paying me for a year and a half. All right? You're paying me for a year and a half. And here's why. The last time this happened to me, I took the high road. Didn't say anything, said all the good things. That shit this time affected my family, my career, my livelihood. That ain't happening again. See, let me show you something. You're going to think long and hard about this one, dude. You're going to be thinking long and hard about
Listen to this, y'all.
See, it says in my contract here that if there's anything about, and so you can look at it, if there's anybody other violations, I'm supposed to talk to John Carnes, and I'm supposed to talk to Vince Tyree, and I'm supposed to talk to all those guys. And you know what? I fucking will.
Y'all hear this? Y'all hear what he's saying? This is a threat. And keep in mind, let's not make this uncomfortable, y'all. Keep in mind, Chris Mack is 6'4". Dino Gaudio is not 6'4", and this is a dude. Chris Mack's obviously sitting down. This dude is throwing this shit on his desk, talking shit to him like that. Keep in mind, I need y'all to see this scene. You know what I'm saying? He storms off, gets his paperwork. He's fucking, listen, you're going to pay me, and this is why. And then you start talking about how they did you wrong at Wake Forest. and you took the high road. The fuck that got to do with me? I didn't do you wrong. I'm not the reason you're not at Wake Forest. I'm not the reason you took the high road. What the fuck you talking about? What are you talking about? The last time this happened to me. You mean the last time you didn't get your contract renewed? You took the high road? So you mad you didn't snitch on Wake Forest? You mad you didn't set up Wake Forest, which means you knew you were setting up now. You knew this. And our front office heard all of this and decided, because he didn't bring a third party in there, that he is worthy of a 6-game, 1 month, $250,000 program, can't even be a part of the program, suspension. Somebody in this program is incompetent. If you heard this, extremely incompetent. Fuck.
Those GAs all practicing with us, illegal. I got documentation from when he called me in the summer. We were emailing each other and texting each other. I'm talking about Jeff Walls. When Christine, whatever her name was, came in here and said, those guys working guys out in the summer, they can't do that. That's illegal. All that shit, those 30 for 30s I have, that shit's fucking illegal. So now,
why would you say anything?
You told me that you're not renewing my contract.
Why would you say anything?
I don't want to be here. So you know what you're doing? You're going to fucking pay me. Now here's this.
Y'all hear this? Chris Mack said, why didn't you say anything? You're the fucking assistant coach. Tell me my coaches can't give guys individual workout. Listen, I hire you to fucking watch that. This is extortion set up from the beginning. Even if you had to suspend Chris Mack the way you did, even if you had to, that was an in-house suspension. Somebody showed their ass on him. And you drove down the value of the Louisville head coaching job in half. Now we'd be fucking lucky to keep him. Because you drove down the brand and the cost of the head coaching job. You know how many people right now are calling Chris Mack like, what the fuck? Dude, what they doing over there in Louisville? Chris Mack either got to say, yeah, they just tripping. Or he got to say, guess what the fuck they suspended me for? What? Because I didn't have a third person in there when I told Dino Gaudio that when his contract is up, it won't be renewed, giving him enough time to get a job before the announcement came out. You think every coach on the planet don't see that? Why would you come here when there's somebody that is stupid enough? There's somebody in leadership that is dumb enough or saboteur enough to publicly suspend him like this. That is dysfunctional leadership. You can have the best coaches in the world. Dysfunctional leadership, your coaches, especially when they win, they got to get the fuck out of here. Period. The loyalty train ended with this suspension. And listen, the loyalty train ended and the public's eyes will be open. The spotlight is on management now. Because we saw a head coach. We just saw a head coach watch a tournament selection show, go straight in there and say, boom, I'm gonna ask him to transfer. He got to transfer. He don't have the heart. He don't have the commitment. He don't have the athleticism. Got to mix up this coaching staff. Boom. The exact same thing that every one of you listening to this show right now said at the end of that season. We need changes. We need style changes. We need this change. We need that change. I had to fill out my form. Rick's guys. I had to get my guys in here. I had to recruit with the cloud. All this good shit. The The guy who knows how to fix problems is smarter than the guy who's smarter but never has any problems. Adaptability is more important than any fucking thing you can do as a head coach. Adaptability. Coaches is leadership and adaptability. But y'all hear this. Y'all hear this for yourself.
That if there's anything about, and so you can look at it, if there's anything, any violations, I'm supposed to talk to John Carnes, and I'm supposed to talk to Vince Tyree, and I'm supposed to talk to all those guys. And you know what? I fucking will. I fucking will. Those GAs all practicing with us, illegal. Illegal. I got documentation from when he called me in the summer. We were emailing each other and texting each other. I'm talking about Jeff Walls. When Christine, whatever her name was, came in here and said, those guys working guys out in the summer, they can't do that. That's illegal. All that shit, those 30 for 30s I have, that shit's fucking illegal. That shit's fucking illegal. So now, how would you say anything? You told me that you're not renewing my contract. Would you say anything? I don't want to be here. So you know what you're doing? You're gonna fucking pay me. Now here's this between me and you, dude. Me and you. You could go help him.
Why wouldn't you say anything? Because I don't want to fucking be here. Repeat. Why wouldn't you say anything? Because I don't want to fucking be here. Repeat. Why wouldn't you say anything if that was illegal? Because I don't want to fucking be here. You suspended Coach Mack for 6 games for addressing that in the spur of the moment, the way he did. You suspended him and took $250,000 from him. The fucking NCAA, again, did not suspend Rick Pitino more than that. And keep in mind, Rick Pitino was cleared of having any knowledge by the NCAA's entire investigation. Rick Pitino was cleared of having any knowledge, and he got 5 games. You got a fox in the hen house. Or
that's, you know, I don't care what the fuck you got. It's just that's illegal. All that shit, those 30 for 30s I have, that shit's fucking illegal. That shit's fucking illegal. So now, how would you say anything? You told me that you're not renewing my contract. Would you say anything? I don't want to be here. So you know what you're doing? You're gonna fucking pay me. Now here's this between me and you, dude. Me and you. You can go help him. If you're not renewing my contract, then you're paying me for 1.5 years. All right? You're paying me for 1.5 years. And here's why. The last time this happened to me, I took the high road. Didn't say anything, said all the good things. That shit this time affected my family, my career, my livelihood. That ain't happening again. See, let me show you something. You're going to think long and hard about this one, dude. You're going to be thinking long and hard about this one. See, it says in my contract here that if there's anything about, and so you can look at it, if there's anything, any violations, I'm supposed to talk to John Carnes, and I'm supposed to talk to Vince Tyree, and I'm supposed to talk to all those guys. And you know what? I fucking will. Those GAs all practicing with us, illegal. I got documentation from when he called me in the summer. We were emailing each other and texting each other. I'm talking about Jeff Walls. When Christine, whatever her name was, came in here and said, those guys working guys out in the summer, they can't do that. That's illegal. All that shit, those 30 for 30s I have, that shit's fucking illegal. So now, how would you say anything? You told me that you're not renewing my contract. Would you say anything? I don't want to be here. So you know what you're doing? You're gonna fucking pay me. Now here's this between me and you, dude. Me and you. You can go tell Vince, hey Vince, Dino's, I don't care what the fuck you got. Dino's my guy. I'm gonna pay him for 1.5 years. He could retire at 66, and I'm gonna take care of him. That's what we could do. And you know what? That's what we're going to do. Or else, I'm going to fucking John Carnes. I'm going to fucking
Listen to how he's
I'm
talking
going
to
to
him.
Billis, like Tao,
Listen to
Priscillo, all those fucking guys. So that's the way this is going to go down.
So not only
That's
are
the way
you
this is
going,
gonna go
listen,
down.
not only are you
I
going
fucking hate you.
to the NCAA, you're going to the media. Do y'all hear that level of fucking threat?
Those guys. And you know what?
Y'all hear
I
that
fucking
threat?
will. I fucking will. Those GAs all practicing with us, illegal. Illegal. I got documentation from when he called me
Practicing
in
some
the summer.
fucking GAs
We
just
were
running up and down
emailing
the
each other,
court. Everybody's out with
talking
COVID.
about Jeff Walls. When Christine, whatever her name was, came in here and said, those guys working guys out in the summer, they can't do that. That's illegal. All that shit, those 30 for 30s I have, that shit's fucking illegal. That shit's fucking illegal. So now,
Why would you say
you
anything?
told me that.
Why
You're
would
gonna
you
renew my
say anything?
contract.
Why would you say anything?
I don't want to be here. So you know what you're doing? You're gonna fucking pay me. Now here's this between me and you, dude. Me and you. You could go tell Vince, hey Vince, Dino's, I don't care what the fuck you tell. Vince is Dino's my guy. I'm gonna pay him for a year and a half. He could retire at 66, and I'm gonna take care of him. That's what we can do. And you know what? That's what we're gonna do. Or else, I'm going to fucking John Carnes.
Yeah, he's
I'm
been
going to
green.
fucking Tim Sullivan. I'm going to Billis, like Tao,
Yes.
Priscillo, all those fucking guys. So that's the way this is going to go down, dude. That's the way this is going to go down. I fucking helped you.
Let's go to the next one. Just two. Okay, here it goes.
So I came back and Pat fucking helped you. So I came back and Pat told me. And then I helped you with frickin'
They redacted
Shit,
I
names.
know, dude.
You're right. This is a hard conversation.
It is
You're
hard.
right. You're right. And you know what? You got to think about it. You got to think long and hard about it. I don't want to fucking be here now
I know
because
you
you
do.
said that to me.
I
So
know.
here's what you're gonna do. It stays right here between me and you now for about 24 hours. You
See,
gotta tell
like,
that
listen to
fucking
that.
toad over there, Vince Tyree. Dino's my guy.
Listen to somebody talking to you that way. Oh, 24 hours. Fuck you. Listen to that. Can you imagine what Chris Mack said when they said we're suspending you for not having a third party in the room? Fuck this job. I mean, I don't think he feels that way, but you can see how other coaches watching that just, yeah, this either Tyree or Neely Bender, yeah, they don't give a fuck. Every coach on this campus just saw if they'll do that to him, what you think they'll do to me? If a coach tries something or if a coach does something out of line and they try to me, I'm gone. Okay, I'll bring a third party in. Yeah, but something, you gone. That's not a solid program. It's not a solid program. Sorry about that. I screwed that up a bit. This is 204. Okay.
Fucking help you. So I came back and Pat told me. And then I helped you with frickin' shitting me.
I know, dude.
You're right. This is a hard conversation.
It is
You're
hard.
right. You're right. And you know what? You better think about it. You better think long and hard about it. I don't want to fucking be here now
I know
because
you
you
do.
said that to me.
I
So
know.
here's what you're gonna do. It stays right here between me and you now for about 24 hours. You go tell that fucking toad over there, Vince Tyree. Dino's my guy. I gotta take care of him. I want to pay him for a year, okay? And none of this shit in you now for about.
Mac should have got a pass on the principle of Dino Gaudio calling Vince Tyree a fucking toad. Like I said, I don't know how the suspension went down, but I hope just hearing him call him a fucking toad would have Vince Tyree fighting for Chris Mack's life. If I heard that, yeah, I can't. I hope to find that out. I hope that happens.
24 hours. You go tell that fucking toad over there, Vince Tyree. Dino's my guy. I gotta take care of him. I want to pay him for a year, okay? And none of this shit fucking happens. Got it?
Dino.
Got it?
Yeah, I got it. Can we
Okay,
talk?
man. That's what we got. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
Dino. Can we talk?
You fucking shitting me after all the shit I did for you? You fucking shitting me?
Can we talk? I don't want to fuck your livelihood up, bro.
Take your mask off. I can't hear
I'm
you.
sorry. I don't want to fuck your livelihood up, Dino.
You did, man. You are.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't want to do that to you.
Well,
Dino, I don't. I love you, man.
yeah.
I know you don't believe it. I love you. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I'm not trying to fuck your livelihood up. Dude, I'll take it out of my own personal money. I feel like,
you got to do.
Dino, I feel like I owe you that. I don't fucking like, I'm not excited about this.
Sorry.
Whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do.
Sorry.
That's fucking sad. It's freaking sad. In the meeting we had after that Sunday night thing, that meeting, it's just like they say, you don't talk to the kids after the game, when you're hot and stuff. Like, if we play those 4
Y'all hear
games,
this though?
we probably win 3 of
Did
them.
y'all hear
Now we
this?
got 11 wins in the AC. Shitting me.
I know, Dino.
You're right. This is a hard conversation.
It is
You're
hard.
right. You're right. And you know what? You got to think about it. You got to think long and hard about it. I don't want
Listen
fucking
to
be
this
here.
threat.
now.
Listen
You
to
said
this
that
threat,
too.
y'all.
So here's what you're going to do. It stays right here between me and you now for about 24 hours. You're
Listen
going
to
to tell
how
that
he
fucking
talking.
toad
To
over there, Vince Tyree. Dino's my guy. I got to take care of him. I want to pay him for a year, okay? And none of this shit fucking happens. Got it?
Dino.
Got it?
Yeah, I got it. Can we
Okay,
talk?
man. That's what we got. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
Dino. Can we
You
talk?
fucking shit me after all the shit I did for you.
But this is what I said. Somebody who says what they gotta say and tries to leave is a fucking coward. And if I see it happen with my own eyes, I'm gonna call it a fucking coward. Y'all know that. I know that. Right is right, wrong is wrong. It's a fucking coward. That's not a man. That's not a man.
For you? You fucking shitting me?
I'm not renewing your contract. Not
I
even
don't want to fuck your livelihood up, bro.
Take your mask off. I can't hear
I'm
you.
sorry.
Y'all hear that? I'm not trying to fuck your livelihood up. Take your fucking mask off. I can't hear you. So eliminate that COVID talk, y'all. Eliminate that he didn't take COVID serious. Eliminate that. 100%. Eliminate that from your conversation. From this point moving forward, eliminate that. Like I said, if that pulls at your heartstrings, get it out. He didn't give a piss about the COVID situation. He didn't give a piss about whose money it came from. This whole thing is because he's still heated that he didn't get paid from Wake Forest. Keep all this in mind, y'all. This is not Louisville culture. This is Louisville empowering him to feel like he can do something like this. Louisville media. That's why he called them and said the names. Y'all heard it.
Can we talk?
You fucking shitting me after all the shit I did for you? You fucking shitting me?
Can we talk? I don't want to fuck your livelihood up, bro.
Take your mask off. I can't hear
I'm
you.
sorry. I don't want to fuck your livelihood up, Dino.
You did, man. You are.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Y'all realize he got paid $500,000 every year for the last 3 years? Now I don't know. Put it this way. You making more at Louisville than you made at ESPN. I guarantee it. You made a lot more here than you did at ESPN. Nobody's fucking your livelihood up, bro. You made $500,000 every year for 3 years. You mad at me because I'm not giving your contract was for 3 years. You're doing this because I didn't give you a 4th year and you blaming me? And you're telling me you want to get me a violation because the GAs practiced during a fucking worldwide pandemic? Because the GAs were an extra man? Because during recruiting, all virtual, we made some cool 30 for 30 videos when y'all came on campus. These are the threats that you want another $500,000 out from me, and you're willing to take it from my own pocket, and y'all saw it fit to suspend me 6 games and take half of that fucking $500,000 from my account? Are you fucking crazy? This is why I say that, y'all. This is not me being judgmental. This is me saying Vince should do a great job. Neely should do a great job. Somebody's fucking up royally. Somebody's going to crash the program royally. I may not be able to do anything about it. I may be able to get something done. I may be able to put together, an offense. And again, I may go down in flames for speaking up against it. I probably will. And I don't care. I don't care. If I go down in flames for this, I do not care. I am going to smile because at least y'all know what's going on. When I get cancel cultured, whatever, when I get whatever, I don't even want to put that energy into the air. I don't know. But y'all get the point. I will smile. Don't worry about me. I will fucking smile. But somebody got to go. Somebody's not in the right position.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't want to do that to you.
Well,
Dino, I don't. I love you, man.
yeah.
I know you don't believe it. I love you. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I'm not trying to fuck your livelihood up. Dude, I'll take it out of my own personal money. I feel
Whatever
like,
you got to do.
Dino,
Whatever you got to do.
I feel like I owe you that. I don't fucking I'm not excited about this.
Whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do. That's fucking sad. That's freaking sad. In the meeting we had after that Sunday night thing,
Never heard that before, Ronnie.
that meeting, it's just like they say, you don't talk to the kids after the game, when you're hot and stuff. Like, if we play those 4 home games, we probably win 3 of them. And now we got 11 wins in the ACC. We're probably in a complete overreaction. I've been there. Complete overreaction.
What do you mean?
Like, this kid, we got to get rid of this kid. We got to get rid of that kid. We got to get rid of that kid.
You hear him asking, what do you mean?
Whatever you got to do.
You hear him asking, what do you
Yeah,
mean?
you are.
Like, why would you even bring up
No,
this
I'm
meeting?
not.
You're cooking
No,
up
I'm not.
shit.
I don't want to do that to you.
Well,
Dino, I don't. I love you, man.
yeah.
I know you don't believe it. I love you. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I'm not trying to fuck your livelihood up. Dude, I'll take it out of my own personal money. I feel like,
Whatever you got to do.
Dino, I feel like I owe you that. I don't fucking I'm not excited about this.
Whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do.
See, that means you don't give a fuck.
That's fucking sad. That's freaking sad. In the meeting we had after that Sunday night thing, that meeting, it's just like they say, you don't talk to the kids after the game, when you're hot and stuff. Like, if we play those 4 home games, we probably win 3 of them. And now we got 11 wins in the ACC. We're probably in a complete overreaction. I've been there. Complete overreaction.
What do you mean?
Like, this kid, we got to get rid of this kid. We got to get rid of that kid. We got to get rid of that kid. Like, whatever you got to do, man.
Fair enough.
You find out. Let me know in 24 hours.
Let me ask you.
Certain names got to bring out. You don't want to add that to the story. Redact it.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you, because like I got to know.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be paid till when?
I can retire at 66 in 6 months. Okay, that's paid until September, and I'll show you. You can look it up.
I believe you, man.
You can pay me until September of not next year, but the year after. That's when I can retire and get Social Security. My birthday. Look it up.
Social Security.
That's a year and a half of salary.
You know, you've been making $500,000. Time to downsize, bro. Fuck you. It's time to downsize. You made $100,000 at the studio. We paid you $380,000, $420,000 for 3 years. 3 years later, you extort me for another year? You got to downsize. Or you been Gator boots with the pimped out Gucci suit. Ain't got no. Are you kidding me? You made 4 or 5, at least 380 for 3 years. You think I'm the bad guy now? Because you've been balling out of control? You're 1 year away from 66 and retirement money, and you want to get it from me? That's greed. That's greed. And you think because you have media allies, which you do, you knew Fran Fraschilla, Tim Sullivan, Dick Vitale couldn't wait. That's a toxic media environment. So when I tell y'all this media shit is a problem, believe me. Believe me. I want everybody to be happy. But when I say it's a problem, it's not conspiracy theory. This is media is for sale and for relationships. Buddies to get a joint, to get money together, and you're for sale. Those are the only two media people. And I don't fit in either one of them because I don't care. I don't care. Listen, I should be sitting in downtown Detroit every day. Going to the corner store and playing with my grandchild. Like, I should be doing that. I love my kid. I love my grandbaby. I should be doing that. No, I love it here. I love what I do. I love that y'all support what I do. That's greed. That's greed. Pure and simple, y'all. Pure and simple.
That's year September, and I'll show you. You can look it up.
I believe you, man.
You can pay me until September of not next year, but the year after. That's when I can retire and get Social Security. My birthday. Look it up.
Hold on.
That's a year and a half of salary. That's a year and a half. It's a year and a half of salary. It's not this September.
A year and a half of salary.
So it's September. It's September 2022.
Right. Right.
A year and a half of salary.
This is 21. Next year.
This will be
September 22. You pay me then, I'm fine. You pay me then, I'm fine. Wow. You let me know too. Next 24 hours. You call your
And
boy
we
down
didn't
the
say
street
24
there.
hours.
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna sit down. I mean, can you sit down? Like I'm not trying to fuck your family up. I'm not trying to fuck your money up. Like I don't care, you know, what he says in regard to that. I'll do that. I love you. I know you don't believe that. I gotta go in a different direction with a lot of the staff. With a lot of the staff. I think you're one of the hardest. I'm not gonna just fucking blow smoke up your ass. I got to go in a different direction. This is my livelihood or my ability to keep going. I appreciate everything that you've done for me. I also know how loyal you've been. That's why it's fucking hard for me. But I'm not here to fuck you up financially. I'm not trying to throw you off the street. I'll do whatever I have. If I got to take it out of my own fucking money.
But I've been paying you good.
Well, you let
Red State Rams, this is in fucking sane. In fucking sane. I swear to God, man, if they don't revisit that, man, I'm gonna be a fucking problem. I'm gonna be a general problem. Or maybe they don't care. I don't care if they don't care. Maybe they won't listen to me or anybody else. But let that play out. Because y'all know I don't have an agenda. I don't want shit from them. But honest, respectable, hardworking, one direction pulling program. Don't worry, y'all. This is there you go.
recruiting.
Okay, sorry.
I mean, I don't know what you're looking at in terms of recruiting. We're on coaching. Our defense is pretty good. I'm sort of like oversee our defense. Our offensive rebounding is pretty good.
Y'all hear this?
Sort of oversee our offensive rebounding. Okay. Whatever you're looking for, man. Just make sure you take care of it. Right.
What I'm looking for is just better chemistry.
Y'all hear what he's doing?
Better chemistry.
Listen, he's mad about not being renewed. He's going for a money grab, and his feelings are hurt. So now you start bringing up your recruiting and your offensive rebounding numbers. None of this got nothing to do with anything. My decision is I want to go in a different direction. That's why it reeks of greed and entitlement. You held back violations to extort this university, not just Chris Mack. You knew the local media was dying for a story like this. You knew Fran Fraschilla didn't like the university. You knew Jay Billis didn't like the university. You know that. Louisville kicked Jay Billis's ass for a championship. You knew Jay Billis was dying for this story. You know Rick Bozich or Tim Sullivan is dying for this story. And make no mistake about it. I believe personally, like my co-host, that Tim Sullivan, Eric Crawford are just good journalist shit starters. Good journalists. Now, other guys are agenda driven. All those other guys are agenda driven. I don't charge Eric Crawford with agenda. I don't charge Tim Sullivan with agenda. Although they get a little suspect at times. But those other media guys, they look the part, which hurts my feelings. Because it's people I respect. You know what I'm saying? You think I don't want to talk shit about Jerry Eves, but Jerry Eves knows what he's doing is wrong. And he knows I know what he's doing is wrong. And he's setting up to do some more wrong shit. Right now, I listen to him. If he walks out of that meeting without listening to his teammates, he's a fucking coward. Period. And I'll speak to him like an adult, but I will call out you being a fucking coward. Again, that meeting, it ain't for me. I can get an audience of the president or the athletic director, in my opinion. That audience is for the general feel of the ex-players. It's my turn to listen to them speak. It's Jerry Eves' turn to listen to them speak. If you don't want to listen to them speak and make it about you, you're a greedy, coward, selfish fuck, in my opinion. Sorry about the language, y'all. In my opinion. Pause. Gary, time out. This is the point of tonight's show, y'all. This is Gary, I'm glad you understand it. This is painful. It's fucking heartbreaking for me. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And again, what do you listen? I won't even ask what are y'all gonna do. Y'all do realize I'm gonna be the next person that gets banned from Universal Louisville events or something. And don't worry, I'll be fine. When they ban me for saying what I say with no agenda, I don't want to be a coach. I don't care what Coach Eves tells you. He wanted to be the coach. I don't care. I don't care what they say. They all got agendas to be a coach. I don't want to be a coach. I don't make money off the University of Louisville. They should hire me on principle to give them some fresh ideas, but I don't care about that either. The point of this, and Gary, you get a double shot. Gary, cheers, double cheers. Gary, this is the point of tonight's show. 100%. It's painful because it's not right. It's not right. And until we get transparency, it's not going to be right. And the number one fucking supporter, again, I'm not supporting the school because I just played here. I'm not supporting it because because I can get a ticket. They saved my life. Good people at the university took care of each other, took care of the fans, saved my life. I saw what a good program can do for a fan, for a player. I've seen it. I've lived it. I am not supposed to be here, y'all. So my commitment is unwavering. It's unwavering. I like I said, listen, what did Maximus say? We're shadows and dust. We're shadows and dust. But I own it. Like I own it. This is wrong. Again, once y'all hear about me being disassociated, don't feel bad for me. I knew what I was doing. And I went down doing the right thing. The right thing right now is to find out who thought this was a good idea to suspend and acknowledge that they're, again, either incompetent or they're being manipulated or they're doing it for self. Those are the three things that we have to find out moving forward. And until then, everybody's complicit. Until I find out from somebody I trust. So, Gary, thank you for supporting this channel this evening. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it so much. And I'm glad you get the point of the show. I'm fucking sick. I am sick. I am sick to my stomach. And I'm going to wake up sick. And on Monday, I'm going to start the radio show. I'm going to be fucking sick. Because the whole time I know that somebody in this leadership role is worried about themselves or taking orders. That's what I'm going to have to wake up with every morning until I find out this is not true. And I got to watch this fucking coach trying to put together a number one program in the country with a leadership council that just fucking neutered them. Even if you don't like Chris Mack, even if you fucking hate him, put your favorite coach in his shoes. What just happened to your favorite coach is wrong. Not only is it wrong, it was done for the wrong reasons, obviously. Thank you, Gary. Thank you so much. Yeah, then there's that too. It does make you stronger. It does make you stronger. It does make you stronger. Gary gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. Oh, absolutely not. This meeting got nothing to do with Matt. Nothing to do with Chris Mack at all. Oh, I'm going to that meeting. Hashtag back Mac. I could do that. I could do that. I'm gonna go out to the east and I'm gonna go fucking sit at, like I said, I'm gonna go sit at Roosters the next 6 days or something. I'm checking my email right now. I'm checking my email right now. Has anybody sent me? Y'all ain't sent me nothing to my maid for the bill. Y'all don't want no links here. If y'all wanted to join the show, you would have sent the link. I just looked. Do y'all want me to does anybody want to join the show for a couple seconds and say what you got to say? Or do y'all want me to play the Vince tirade? Y'all let me know. I wanted to know, girl. I wanted to know. I wanted to know. Listen, I didn't want to bother you if you was already in Mexico, but I was curious. I was curious, girl. So, mom's trainer is shouting out from Mexico. Y'all just remember, you got parents here in these situations too. So now she got to deal with this shit. Toya, you are amazing, baby spot. Me too, Jordan. Everybody, shout out mom's trainer for hanging out with us. I'll take the call 100%. Yeah, I'll take the call 100%. I'll definitely take all those calls. Never, Enzo. Cheers to Toya. Brian, I got it. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Actually, you're right. It's probably better I don't play the Vince tirade. I'm trying to think. Is there something? Is there another question that we need to answer, y'all? Because y'all 100% know where I stand on this one. Not only was this a poor decision. Not only was this a poor decision, this is an eye-opening. What happened was an eye-opening decision. It was a complete eye-opening. Okay, yeah, I'm just catching up. Yeah, that somebody in management does not have his back. You know they did. But still, Ronnie, right is right and wrong is wrong. Somebody in management, and again, let's just remember, like, don't ignore it, don't hide from it. These jobs were given. They weren't voted on. These jobs were given, and we accepted them, and we gave everyone a fair shot. And somebody who was given a fair shot is looking out for their own best interests. Okay. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, let me get that out of here. Share.
Vince, new owner, I brought in Spencer.
Vince, did you want to make an opening statement? I should say that first. Excuse me.
I could say a couple things, Kenny, and then we can
All right.
and we're gonna.
If everybody would just please mute their mics for a moment, we're going to start with some opening statements from Vince. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be brief, and then we'll get to the questions. One, I would say, I'll certainly make myself available to answer questions as I best can. If there's a narrow lane between, the personnel side of this and any questions that may be around on the NCAA allegations, which this is not what this is about, I'm certainly going to have to step away from those questions. I'll let you know. But in between, I'm happy to try to address what I can. As you can imagine, not a fun day. This is a day for Coach Mack, certainly, and certainly one of my worst days here, I can assure you. Makes my hair either turn.
I don't even like you opening it with a bad day for Coach Mack. But again, somebody said there's a bad echo because it's going from my computer to my beautiful microphone. So sorry, y'all. I will get it together. Y'all hear it echo? Let me know.
Turn gray or turn loose, one of the two or both. But nonetheless, we know we've got the announcement out today. And I think if you want to ask a question around that, feel free to at this point.
Okay, now Kent Spencer, we'll go to you to start this off.
Yeah, Vince, this is Kent. Were you the one who made this decision, and if you weren't, did you support the decision?
Yeah, I mean, the decision is made collaboratively of something of this magnitude with Neely and myself, and certainly some board input, but noting that Chris is a direct report of mine, it rests with me.
Were you the one who made this decision, and if you weren't, did you support the decision?
Yeah, I mean, the decision is made collaboratively of something of this magnitude with Neely and myself, and certainly some board input, but noting that Chris is a direct report of something of this.
Neely, myself, and board input. No, he answered the question. Nah, Gary, he didn't dodge that question. He said board had input. Neely, I needed to know that. Because listen, now it goes from just you and Neely to somebody on the board has influence on this conversation. Don't worry. We're going to narrow it down. Don't worry about that shit. You're going to narrow it down. I'm going to find out everything that was said from the board to Neely to Vince. I'm going to find out. I guarantee it. Trust me. I'm going to find out, and y'all keep listening to the show, and y'all going to find out. I guarantee it. Yeah, board input, that's important. If this new board is influencing the decision, so it's not between just you and the president, okay. We know the board was bullshit. Let's keep going. Like don't worry about that. We needed to know this. And I'm hearing this part for the first time, y'all. Truthfully speaking, shit, yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Magnitude with Neely and myself, and certainly some board input, but noting that that Chris is a direct report of mine, it rests with me.
And if you have a question, please drop a note in the chat. We'll go to Shannon Russell. Go to Shannon Russell.
Don't hear you, Shannon.
Shannon, if you're asking, we did not hear you. We'll go to Andrew Chernoff for now.
Hey, Vince, I've got two questions for you. The first, can you sort of get into what Chris did not follow, I guess, protocol policy-wise? And second, how do you fix this perception? Because this is one other thing that is now added to this program.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, one, I'll work backwards. I would say that how do you fix the perception? You deal with things as they come up. And I feel like, at least in my 4 years here, I try to be consistent and representing the values that I felt like I brought to the program. And when you got to be fearless about doing the right thing and deal with them as they come up. And in this case, I feel like we did that. You're trying to address it right away, and certainly, where we are today.
No.
So I think that's where you kind of.
No. Perception is a huge part of the program. Voter confidence is a huge part of the program. You lost voter confidence by announcing this today. Announcing suspensions immediately is not a smart move. It's not a smart move. It has never been a smart move. Immediate reaction has never been a smart move in any big time business. I don't care what anybody says. That's not a way to handle a program of this magnitude. Again, I'm still not going to put it on him in particular. Maybe he's backing his superiors, but point being, this suspension got passed immediately as an immediate reaction. You can never succeed if you are pressured to react immediately. You will never be a successful program if you have to react immediately. Never. Because that means other people are deciding the pace at which you respond. No, you respond at optimal times for you. Immediate response is the enemy. Because they will wait for the allegations for the perfect time. So I disagree with this 100%, 1,000%. This is the wrong way to handle things.
You try to take credence in the fact that you are doing the right thing and trying to raise the values and the integrity of the program. Even when things don't go well, they're not going to go perfectly. We recognize that. But we've got a history here of some issues.
Not perfectly. It's not 6-game suspension announced immediately. So there's a fucking month to talk about it before you even get to the suspension. 2 months.
And when they're compounding and they cause negative PR.
There's no more negative PR than the way you announce the suspension. There is no compounding issues. That Rick Bozich, Purvis Ellison, that's not compounding. That's only compounding if you're looking to dig up dirt or looking to put Chris back on a hot seat. Which is why from this point forward, I won't blame him for taking any calls. I won't blame Satterfield for taking any calls. If this is the way your money comes from sports, and this is the way you treat your leaders in sports. Bullshit.
To this degree, you certainly are going to address it. And I think, related to how this was handled around the situation, obviously Chris didn't handle it in the way that we would have liked to have seen it handled.
That's not 6 games.
Obviously the HR part of it, we did a review and came out to a point where we feel like there's some lessons learned here for him.
That's not 6
and
games.
Probably for us too, but
and y'all learned
without
lessons
getting into
too.
too much of that, I think
That's
we're
not 6
comfortable with where we
games.
are today.
Go to Russ Brown and to Kent Spencer.
Russ, you must be on mute.
It's not a public suspension.
Russ, we'll come back to you, Kent.
Obviously, Vince, there's another case that you guys have to deal with the IARP involving before this administration took over. Was today's decision maybe in some kind of hope that this would kind of soften the blow in that case as well?
No, this is
Better not be.
independent of the NCAA issues. This is thinking about how we need to operate the
Way
program
down.
better in a different way. Chris was
Facts.
faced with a difficult scenario, as you guys have now heard, but we feel like there was the ability to avoid and mitigate what happened if we had just followed the procedures.
But that's not a month
Go to
suspension.
Tyler Griever and then Rick
6
Bozich.
games,
Hey,
$250,000.
Vince, you've mentioned it a little, but it's also mentioned in the release about how Chris did not follow university guidelines in how he handled this. Can you be more specific in how you or the university would have preferred him going about this situation?
Yeah, he was asked to have someone in the room with him. I think Chris felt comfortable with his relationship with both Luke and Dino. Felt like it obviously went well enough with Luke. I don't think either were happy when they were being notified that their contracts weren't being renewed.
So you get him 6
And obviously the
games.
second meeting with
No
Dino, I
pay?
don't think he ever suspected it would go that way, but it did.
And you still think about that,
Rick
y'all.
Bozich.
Yeah, hi, Vince. Listening to
Think about that. You're acknowledging he's been with them for years. He had no way of suspecting that. So you're saying he wasn't really at fault because you would have thought the same thing. And you give him 6 games publicly on national media? Somebody is in CYA mode. Somebody is not competent for this job, y'all. And I'm not going to back down on this. Somebody is not competent for this job. It's him or her. It's him or her. And I hate it. It's him or her. One of them is not competent for this job. Listen, this will kill your program faster than anything. If this doesn't get rectified, get you a side team now. Fucking breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. This coach, like I said, this coach had to do some sincere, heartfelt things in this situation. And y'all are either CYA or looking to show out on Chris Mack. No respectable coach is going to want this job after today's suspension. Repeat, no respectable coach is going to want this job. And now, when you bring in the next Satterfield to coach the basketball team, I'm not supporting it. I'm not supporting you suspending Chris Mack, then firing him on some bullshit, and then you expect me to support some cheap ass coach. I will not support it. I will not support it. And when I watch this new coach get his ass kicked, I'm not going to blame the coach. I'm going to blame the president and the athletic director. Period. Period. It's my opinion. It's what I feel. I am genuine. I don't have any hate build up. I don't have any personal vendetta. I don't want to coach. I don't want to do anything. But from this point forward, my eyeballs and my flashlight are on the AD and the president for this decision.
To the audio, Dino talked to Chris about the usage of grad assistants in practice and the recruiting videos. Were you aware of those things being done before this came to light in mid-March? And what was your reaction upon when you did learn it?
Yeah, Rick, I can't touch on anything related to a pending NCAA investigation.
Go to Jerry Eves and then Shannon Russell.
Atera includes everything MSPs and IT pros need in one.
Hi, Vince. How are you?
I could be better.
I understand. The question is this: through the last 12 years that we've had been turbulent, how are you sure that, first thing, Chris Mack did not know the NCAA rules? Second thing, that you're comfortable with him hiring assistants? Because we've heard Coach Pitino time and time again rehire assistant coaches, and we're in the same situation we're in. So here we are again, a 30-year friend, someone that Coach Mack should know well. We should all be surprised and
I hear that set up
of his ability to choose assistant coaches.
I think I can speak to where we are today. And I think that, certainly I've got familiarity with Cahill as he was promoted into the position of assistant, and feel really good about him, feel really good about his player relations and recruiting. Ross, we obviously spent a lot of time talking about Ross and how to vet him to join the staff and why that was a good fit for us. Chris is obviously known as a defensive-minded coach, and Ross is an offensive-minded coach. And I think, based on where Chris went with the decision, both the assistants, chemistry was a concern. And I think that we talked about fit and chemistry quite a bit as he filled those two posts, and these two guys have exhibited that with the team. We can see it within the players, which makes me feel good about how they're going to step up here, as well as the staff. I can see the chemistry amongst the new guys with the veterans, and then certainly with.
He brought up Pitino because he's had the same agenda since. Again, keep in mind, y'all, when we're talking about Jerry Eves, I told y'all this before. Jerry Eves told me, don't transfer. I'm going to personally make sure you get to the league. Right after that, Jerry Eves left and went to the Charlotte Hornets. I didn't blame Jerry Eves. I didn't hold any ill will towards Jerry Eves. He did that. We worked out after practice. We worked out together. He was working with me individually. And then he left. Right after he left, Coach Crum, the year later, ended up getting fired. Jerry Eves was pissed he didn't get the job. Jerry Eves' son was coming up. He's a player. He ended up having to go to Appalachian State. They did not give him a scholarship at Louisville. He's been talking shit like that ever since. We know it. I know it. His teammates know it. But the brotherhood stopped everybody from calling him out. So he's lived under the protection of the brotherhood, but he's thrown the brotherhood under the bus every chance he gets. That's why I say, if you walk out of that meeting with everybody whose name you tarnished, Jerry made Rick Pitino scared to talk to anybody from the Crum era. It's a fact. It's a fact. Because he tied all the OGs. He used their names, tied all the OGs to him. It's a fact. So if you say some shit to Tyree and Neely and Chris Mack and you leave that fucking building, you are a fucking coward. You're a fucking coward. And actually, I say I might say something, but at the same time, I don't think it's my job to say something. It's the dudes that played with him that have been disrespected by the Louisville program or feel some kind of way to say something to Jerry Eves. Now, I may say something, but I won't promise it. I won't promise it. Because part of me wants to see if anybody has the nuts to say something to him. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. That's a fact. You don't mind burning every other bridge If I was Coach Mack and Jerry Eves talked shit and nobody wasn't saying nothing, didn't check him, Coach Mack got the right to say, I see why Rick didn't fuck with y'all. Because if he's speaking for y'all, nobody wants to check him. It's a fucking coward move. Again, it's my opinion as a man. My fucking dad would say, if you in that meeting and you don't like something, say something or shut the fuck up. Have a solution or shut up. Go in that meeting with a solution or shut up. A suggestion, a solution, an idea. Bring something to the table in the room you were invited in or shut up.
The coach is, it's a different feel and it's a positive one.
Thank you.
Shannon?
Hey, Vince, can you hear me? All right.
Yes, gotcha.
Okay. I had some technical difficulties, so I apologize if you've been asked this, but how did you arrive at 6 games for this suspension, and who will lead the team during those 6 games?
He wasn't in charge of that.
I mean, it's, Shannon, we looked at the way we handle discipline on campus as much as athletics. I mean, we had a lot of time, obviously, to think about this and where we wanted to come out. And there's suspension without pay is not uncommon. But if you're thinking about a coach versus a dean, the business school, for example, games matter. If you're going to send a message, games are important to coaches. And we felt like that sent a clear message of the importance and of the magnitude of the issue at hand. And then certainly we weighed the number of games. 6 is a lot of games. Certainly takes us all the way through the Bahamas. But it felt like that was the best place to land based upon our conversations.
And who will lead the team while Chris is suspended?
Yeah, Chris is meeting with his staff now. Certainly didn't get a chance for me to really talk about that when I met with the team and staff earlier. So I'm going to let him handle that conversation.
Go to Tim Sullivan with a pair of questions.
Yeah, Vince, 2 questions. First, the timing was kind of interesting that your release came out an hour before Dino Gaudio's sentencing. Can you explain the connection there, if there was
That's
one?
a good question by Sullivan.
Well, Tim, I think we didn't want to get in the way of the process that was going on related to Dino's sentencing throughout. Let the authorities take care of their situation without us interfering. So I think the timing of the release and the timing of the announcement of the suspension in general, or just imposing the suspension, was just that. It was purely just that.
Okay, second question. Chris's contract has...
That's a bigger problem. If you didn't think about that, that's a bigger problem. If whoever made you do that, that's a big problem. If y'all don't have somebody in the office to decide that this is not the best time, that this should be an in-house internal investigation and an internal suspension, you mean to tell me y'all don't have anybody in there who... This program is fucked if somebody didn't think about that. Absolutely. Or being ran by someone else if somebody didn't think about that and didn't consider the timing. This is 3 hours later. Tim Sullivan already has that question.
Language in it that he could be terminated for cause in the event of a level 2 violation. Is he out of the woods in your view, based on what you know? Or
they're already coming
if the NCAA should impose sanctions based on these allegations?
He took this job knowing sanctions were here.
Yeah, I can't speak to the where the investigation is or what may come of it, but all I can confirm is that you're right in the language in the agreement.
Okay, thank you.
Go to Jerry Eves.
Let me ask it a different way, Vince. Did you all speak about termination today? You, Dr. Benaputi, and the board yesterday when you all met?
No, Jerry, I mean, I can't speak to that, where we came out. I don't want to share the conversations we had leading to today. I think I'm just comfortable talking about where we came out.
Okay.
It's hard to believe that Mint Mobile can be good at just $15 a month.
Is Drew doing a shuttle bar? Is that true?
I brought in one of our...
Is Drew
Any
doing a
further
show?
questions?
I didn't hear about
Here we
that.
go, Tyler.
Yeah, Vince, just for clarification, on the call to the FBI, was Chris the one who made that? And if so, is that a step that you, in hindsight, did not want him to take in all this?
No, that it wasn't a step that Chris took. Chris
He's doing a show
notified
today.
us
I
of
didn't
what
know that.
occurred that afternoon, and we quickly met that day to discuss it. So, to his credit, he did bring forth what occurred right away.
And he brought that right away.
Kent Taylor.
Kent, you on mute?
Kent, are you there? Kent Taylor? Kent, while we're waiting for you, Tim Sullivan.
Yeah, Vince, Judge Beaton today wondered why this had risen to a federal case. In retrospect, do you think this should have been shared with the prosecutors, or could this have been handled differently?
Well, you can certainly speculate how it may be handled or not. I can only speak that this is the way we handled it today. I didn't hear the judge's comments, so I'm not sure what the frame of reference was there.
Fair enough.
Vince, can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you.
Were you aware that Chris was recording the conversations when he was telling the coaches their contracts would not be renewed? And did you play any part in the decision not to renew their contracts? You mentioned you had spoken to him about chemistry on the coaching staff, and that's something that's talked about in the call.
Yeah, and Chris and I met the day before, talked about the future of the program, where we were going. Obviously, he talked about his desire to go ahead and make some very difficult decisions, which he had not had to do historically in his career.
So he talked to you about that
did I have a role in
too?
it? I would say yes, by virtue of that. And Ken, I forgot the second part of the question there.
Were you aware that he was recording those termination
Or
meetings?
did you suggest he had a third person?
No, I wasn't aware of that.
Any further questions? All right, seeing none, thank you for joining us today. Vince, thanks for your time.
Man. So this don't sit right with me. This don't sit right with me at all. So he told you he was going to make some changes, and you didn't say if you're going to make changes, make sure somebody else is in there. Corey, period. This is fucked up. Don't worry, y'all. I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna give up the good fight. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Y'all hit me up. madefortheville@gmail. madefortheville@gmail. I will see y'all tonight.